Hello guys, welcome back to AWM FX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully you guys out there are doing great, earning a lot of money from the market, and of course, taking good care of you and your family health. Don't let the COVID-19 influence your life. So I've been away for 1 or 2 weeks celebrating my Chinese New Year. So now I'm back, recording new videos for you guys. All right, so I didn't do much trade for these few weeks. All right, these 2 weeks, but some of the trade that I did enter was based on earlier analysis, and of course, there are two big news last week that influenced the trade. So one of the news is from the GBP, all right, from GBP, the Bank of England, the monetary policy report. Then the other one, of course, every month, the first Friday, for the USD influence is the NFP, non-farm payroll. Right, so these two news is actually quite a big. And of course, there are some other news such as FOMC, all right, Federal Exchange Rate, uh, and some other country monetary policy, Japan, Bank of Japan, or all those things. All right, so let's come back to here. So if any of you do not know where to check the news is, go to forexfactory.com, register, and then adjust it to your own time. And there is a lot of impact of news. There is a yellow color, there's orange color, and of course the red color. So we are always looking at the yellow, orange, sorry, the red color only because it has a biggest impact of all. All right. So let me tell you what happened was that I knew that there is some big news coming for the GBP on Thursday, and of course one thing I really hate, I was away, so I was only able to trade using my phone, which is something that I really dislike because I cannot analyze the chart a lot. So I might be looking at just a small portion of the chart, all right, just a small portion of the chart and not the overall, not the overall. So I miss out a lot of information. I like to look at my chart uh, in the big picture so that I can see what is happening behind and of course at the current. All right. So I was looking at GBP JPY. All right. During that time was something like this. All right. Something like this. So I thought that this is a compression for a big drop, for a big drop, compression for a big drop. So I make a big mistake. All right. I place my order at over here. All right. I place my order over here. Of course, I go into 30 minutes sniper entry. So this was to me a SBR trade, SBR trade. So I was making a very, very big mistake over here. So the actual trade was supposed to be over here at the top here. There is a QML. So there is a trade on top there. So I lost this trade. I lost this trade. I have to admit it. For any one of you thinking that whatever I share over here is a holy grail, you better don't believe it. There is no 100% in trading, but I'm okay with it. So I lost this trade. Of course, I go into smaller time frame for sniper entry, and was having around 20 over pips stop loss. All right, 20 over pips stop loss. So I am okay with it. Why? Why? I'm gonna tell you why. So come back to the GBP JPY trade first, one by one. So I lost this trade. One of the reasons is that I was looking only at GBP JPY. Where else there is other opportunity of GBP trade. All right, there is a lot of pairs over here. All right, so matter in fact, I already have this trade in my how should I say, in my pocket long time ago. All right, I already analysis and then I have already this zone in my pocket. The problem was that I told you using phone, I only managed to see something like this. So I might go into small time frame and then there is like nothing interesting for me. So I miss out this trade. Where else actually I've already zoned in my trade, right? This should happen. This should happen, right? Just went into my zone and then trigger and then came down. So I miss out on over almost 100 pips, right? So it's okay. It's okay. So I lost this trade. So the next day on Friday, the big news of all, And when it comes to USD news, I would only trade one pair. All right, not other pair. I don't even look at other pair. Only one pair. That is the biggest and the juiciest. All right, the biggest and the juiciest. XAUUSD, XAUUSD. So this is something that I really sometimes I have to uh praise myself. Honest, I'm not trying to be arrogant here. This is something I really want to praise myself because I have placed this order really long time ago before it happened. All right, I believe it's during the January, right? During January. So what happened was that I saw this opportunity. All right, let's go to one by one. The lost trade, forget about it. Now we go back into the good trade. So first of all, this is what is happening, right? So the price is moving higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then suddenly a drop, a big drop. All right. So I already explained to a lot of people over here. This is one type of setup, right? We call it at the blind spots, right? Whatever you want to call it, I call it blind spots. There is a gap on the left and there is a gap on the right. So this is a blind spots. So this is my zone. This is my zone over here. All right, my entry zone. And the problem is that I'm at daily chart. I am at daily chart. So what happens is that I switch it to H4. Right, I switch it to H4. So what happened was that I saw something over here. I might move it. This one I might move it down a bit. Right. I saw something over here. What is it? That is a zone, another zone right here. All right, if you look at it, there is another zone right here. This is a fresh drop base drop. All right, this is a drop base drop zone. Right, so I get it out first. By the way, blind spot is not really accurate. So you need to find your how should I say? You need to find a zone too. Right, so I'm not sure whether this zone is a strong zone. So what I'll do, I'll place a line. Right, I'll place a line, and then I look back. I look back at this place. Right, what I saw is that there is a lot of rejection. All right, this is H4. By the way, this is H4, means it's a quite big time frame. There is a lot of rejection. All right, along the way, so this is considered a strong SSR. SSR, right? Not only that, right? This is also another type of setup. There is a lot of setup combination. So this is what we call as a confluence. When you have a lot of setup together as one, you call it as a confluence. So this is another setup I told you guys before, QMTR. All right, QMTR. So the price, let's look at this small thing over here. The price is moving low, high, lower, low, and then it breaks. All right, it breaks. For this, there is a QML. All right, if it happens properly, this is a QML. This is my QML. All right, this is my QML over here. All right, and then this is the lower low over here. Right, this is the lower low. It's supposed to be a lower low over here. All right, then this is where the price should rebound. This is where the price should rebound. If this is a buy QML, can you see it? It has broke the previous structure, right? It's supposed to react over here, but no, it didn't react. All right, it didn't react. Matter of fact, when the price came into this area, it formed a drop base drop. So what type of setup is this? This is what we call as a QMTR. All right, I already explained. I will make a video regarding about this type of setup. This is a very valid. Some people ask me, is it valid? I tell you, this is extremely valid. Right, I'm gonna get all this thing out. This is a QMTR. Right, drop base drop. Right, so now the next problem is that this whole things over here is huge. I tell you, it's huge. 60 over pips. That is definitely not my style of trading. All right, that's definitely not my style of trading. So what happens is that I already identified my zone. I know something will happen here. All right. So what I'm gonna do is that I go to M30. I always go to M30. Always go to M30, my favorite. So at this point, it's very, very, very obvious, right? When you switch to M30, it's very, very obvious. The only zone for you to go into it is right here, right here. The only zone. All right. If you cannot see it, I tell you, you need to keep on practicing. All right. I do not know how many times I need to stress this. It's very important for you to. All right. So this is your zone, entry zone. All right. This is your entry zone. But a lot of people ask, is it that convincing, this entry zone? All right. Let's see what we have in this entry zone. Right. You can see that there is a lot of rejection from the bottom and the top. Okay. Let me get this QMTR line away first. So I'm going to draw another fresh line over here, right, using the purple color. So this horizontal line, you place it, you can see there is a lot of rejection. Maybe you want to place it higher or lower, but for me, I like to place it where there is a lot of rejection from the top and the bottom, right? So the price spiked up before it came down, right? Can you see that even this candle over here, it got rejected. So this is a very fresh zone. So you might consider this like this, all right, or smaller. It depends on you, all right, how you trade. So now I reduce my stop loss from 30 over pips, 60 over pips to 24 pips, which I tell you is 1/3 of what I want. This is what I call it sniper entry. Then another question arrived again. Should I go into even small time frame? It depends on you. For me, this is my comfort zone. This is already my comfort zone. If I go into even smaller time frame, I might lose, or should I say, I might miss this trade. Right? I might miss this trade. Right? So let's get back to H4. So what happened was that the price is doing something crazy. Right? Doing something crazy, and how many confluence do we have? All right. How many confluence? First, we talk about the blind spots. So next, we talk about the QMTR. All right. So now the third confluence, which I don't usually use. I have to admit, which I don't usually use. But if it's presenting in front of your eye, you have to use it. If it's presenting in front of your eye, you have to use it. All right. Why? I'll tell you. So, all right. So what happened was that it was Tuesday during the news, the GBP news. So I saw this movement. All right. I missed this movement down and I missed this movement up. Because this movement up, I supposed to catch it, but I didn't. Reason is that there is another zone over here. Another zone over here. Can you see it? There is another zone over here. This is a very fresh zone. And not only that, this is also considered a QML. Alright, it's a QML. Right, it already broke this part and then came back and then go back up. So am I okay with it? Yes, I'm okay with it. Right? So now when I saw this kind of things, all right, this is the third confluence. All right, we're talking about confluence. I'm not a fan, but I have to use it. Trend line. Right? Place a trend line. All right, we place a trend line over here. All right, and then you place another trend line below. So what is this? This is something we call it as a flat. Right? For those who are always talking about the chart pattern, this is a flat. This is a flat for the price to go even lower. Later I'm going to explain a bit. So what happened was that during the NFP, right, the price came into the zone. I tell you why I'm proud of myself sometimes. Can you see what happened? It came into the zone exactly at this point. Right? Exactly at this point. All this confluence, right? All this confluence, three confluence, and then the price dropped. And then the price dropped, of course, something like this. So I managed to catch this trade. So that is the end of the story. Where I took my profit is around somewhere around here, because I'm based on the 15 minutes. That is a zone, right? There is a zone over here. So I place it somewhere around here. So I managed to catch it 17, if not mistaken, it's 1793 something. 1793 something. I able to catch it before it reversed. So something I'm proud of it. Uh the even the risk reward is not really that much, right? It's not really that much. But if you're able to catch a zero float trade during a big news such as NFP, I tell you, you feel satisfied. I tell you, you feel satisfied. So around 1 to 9, I lost one trade, but I managed to catch another 1 to 9. So in the end, one loss and one win, I'm still in a profit zone. This is what trading is about. All right, guys. Uh, the way I trade is definitely different from a lot of people. A lot of people, they go full margin. For me, this is how I trade. I am not a very big risk taker. Very honest, I'm not a risk taker. I always control my risk. I know at what point that I'm comfortable with. All right, uh, how I feel it comfortable with. Right. So there's actually a lot of way of trading this. Is fantastic. I tell you, it's really fantastic. So important is that you have to convince yourself why you go into a trade, right? Why you go into a trade, and why you enter the trade, and how you're gonna exit the trade, right? It's not only watching some videos, stupid videos like my videos, and then you keep going into real market. I tell you, you're really gonna be really stupid. You should watch some of my videos. Don't believe a single word I say, because that is based on my experience. You go and experience it yourself. A lot of people say that you must go into a live trade because of the emotion. I tell you, that is bullshit. Go into back testing first. Because if once you already engage into emotion, all right, and you have a big loss, you will definitely cannot climb back up from that hole. That big, deep hole that you dig it for yourself. Right? Believe this word only. All right? I've been there. I've gone through that. I know. Practice. If you every time you see something like this nice setup or anything, go back and back test it using the history market or the past market, and then keep a screenshot of it. So in future, when you saw something exactly like this or similar like this, refer back to your old pictures, your saved screenshot. All right, then you'll notice that the price will keep on repeating itself again and again. You don't need to find something fresh or something new, right? So this is why I have confidence that the price dropped from this zone and already took my profit. So I'm very, very happy. End of my Chinese New Year's celebration holiday with a great news. Great news. So I don't want to drag the video too long. So hopefully you guys enjoy the videos that I did for you. Do give me a like, and so of course subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everything that I share here is free, really free. But I still believe a lot of you unable to how should I say, unable to practice or trade by yourself. You need someone to help you out. All right. So here I'm gonna announce on March. All right, March I am going to make it happen. All right, I have to make it happen because I believe a lot of people still need my help. But the problem is that I have limited time. I need to sacrifice a lot of the time from uh for my family to you guys, right? And my time is not cheap. So I will, I'm not might, I will be offering a mentorship at the early of March until May, 3 months, all right? End of May 31st. Right? So I'll be offering the mentorship. And I have to tell you something very frankly. I have no fancy website. I have no testimonial. I only teach it, or I only teach all this to my friends. So I'll be offering a mentorship, and a price I've not fixed it yet. Hopefully it's comfortable to everyone, and of course equivalent to the time I'm going to spend with you. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to spend just a few minutes or a few hours a day with you guys. I'm going to spend a lot of time with you. And of course, everyone that came into the mentorship, I will have 3 sessions of one-to-one, because I want to clear all your doubts, because everyone understanding is different. I believe that even though I put you inside a group, you might exchange a lot of ideas, but that is not enough. You need to clear your mind. You have to gain your own confidence, your own level, trading level. So I'm going to pass all my experience, whatever I know about supply and demand trading. Even if you ask me about indicator, I also can explain to you. Even elliott wave, I've already done that. All right, anything, but mainly for your own benefit, ask me more about supply and demand. So I'm going to announce the mentorship program, the price, order, or everything soon. All right. So not dragging too long. That's all for today. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed the video. All right. So give me a like and subscribe. All right. See you guys then. Bye.